In this video, I will be demonstrating to you this particular document, which is a comprehensive cake price calculator, so that you can accurately determine the selling price of a cake that you are going to market. If you are interested in this material, it is available for purchase at the link in the video description. This spreadsheet works for cakes and various other types of products, such as to determine the selling price. In other words, it is through this spreadsheet that you can know how much you should sell a product for in order to achieve a certain known profit even before putting the product up for sale. The spreadsheet works in a very simple way. You need to register the ingredients in this tab where you will enter the name, price references, and quantity, as I will explain later. And then, in another tab, you will very carefully and accurately enter exactly how much of these ingredients you will use to make your product. Additionally, to ensure the price is correct and you guarantee a profit, you need to provide two other pieces of information. First, what are your fixed costs for your business? That is, those costs that will exist regardless of the number of products you sell in a calendar month, such as rent, internet, salaries, insurance, and various fixed costs like other expenses, etc. You will enter all of them in this fixed cost tab, and in addition, you will enter your monthly income in this cell, for example. Based on this additional relevant information, the calculation spreadsheet can calculate a percentage that should be included in the selling price of your cake. Additionally, in the variable cost tab, you need to provide the cost that will take a certain percentage of the sale. For example, such as commissions, transaction fees, and other related expenses, etc. When you sell product, it is natural for some percentages to affect the selling price. You should enter all of them here in this section. With this detailed information, the spreadsheet will also be able to accurately include these additional costs in the final selling price of the cake you are pricing. Once that's done, you should now provide the necessary and important materials, which are the essential and crucial ingredients you will use to make the cake. Each ingredient should be placed in a row of this table that I am showing you now. For example, the flour. I simply enter the flour, just put the name of the product, and then enter how much this flour costs. In this case, $2.50. And what does that refer to? So, 1 pound of this flour will be approximately BRL 250. You also need to enter this quantity reference and price reference because we will use this later on when composing the cake. Each ingredient you use, you should enter here. So, sugar, eggs, butter, all of them have a quantity reference. In this case, pounds. Quantity in the case of eggs. By ounce in the case of vanilla extract. For all of them, you need to provide a quantity reference and how much it costs so that later, when we make our cake, you can call up these ingredients. When you enter the ingredients into the system, it's finally time to actually make the cake. So you go to this specific tab of Unknown Cost Price, click on it, and here, where columns D and E are located, which are these blank cells, you will enter all the ingredients and their respective quantities that go into this cake. Make sure to double check each ingredient and its quantity to ensure accuracy. For example, flour. You remember that we entered the flour by pound, BRL 250 per pound, so my reference quantity is 1 pound. I come here and put that I will use 2 pounds. So you enter flour and pound, 2 in this case. For each ingredient you are going to use in the cake, you select it and you will notice that only the registered ingredients, which you registered earlier, will appear in this box, for example. Then I do the same for the sugar, for the eggs, for the butter, for the vanilla extract, and also for the baking powder. You select the name of the ingredient, enter the quantity you will use next to it, and the spreadsheet automatically, efficiently, accurately, and comprehensively calculates the cost you incurred to acquire that quantity of the ingredient, summing them all up at the end. In this specific and detailed example of our cake that I am currently giving you, we have a total cost of $16.62. With this information, the spreadsheet already starts automatically and efficiently pricing your cake immediately. You need to provide two more pieces of information. First, what is the desired margin? In this case, I will enter 20%. What does this 20% margin mean? The 20% margin means it means that if you reach a selling price of $10, for example, your final profit after paying the cost of goods, after paying fixed and variable costs, will be $2 because it is 20% of $10. So you enter your desired margin. Then you need to enter exactly how much of the specific product this batch of cake you mentioned will specifically generate. In other words, let's suppose you made a recipe with a large quantity of ingredients, and this recipe yields 3 cakes in total. So you come here and indicate that this batch produces 3 units. The spreadsheet will automatically and efficiently calculate how much you should sell each and every one of these cakes for to reach the appropriate and optimal selling price. In this case, we have the following information. Fixed costs are about 32%, variable costs around 11%, margin approximately 20%, the markup will be 2.7, and your selling price for each of the cakes is approximately $15.15. You can see the entire and complete result statement of your detailed project of your cake right here beside you, and comprehensive. Individually, that is, each and every cake you will sell for $15.15. You have these variable cost values with the percentages you had provided earlier on. You have this fixed cost amount of money that will be added to the overall total in order to cover your fixed costs. You have this product cost, which are the merchandise products you acquired to make the cake. And you have this margin, that is this profit of $3.03, which is 20% of your selling price. The batch, in turn, which is the entire quantity made, that is the 3 cakes, will appear here on the side, and you will be able to profit $9.09 from the sale of the 3 cakes you produced in the total batch. So, as you can see, this is a spreadsheet that in a very simple way can very easily price a cake for you. From the moment you enter the recipe, you can change the cost price of goods, you can change fixed and variable costs, and the pricing will automatically be dynamic and will adjust, making your life much easier. This spreadsheet allows you to specify how many cakes you want, and as I mentioned, it is available for purchase at the link in the video description. I hope you take advantage of this opportunity to acquire this very valuable material. See you around and take care.